Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma rabbi zidni ilma. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome dear students on the subject of Internet Architecture and Protocols. It's Ghulam Yasin, lecturer in Computer Science, University of Education Lahore, DG Khan campus. Dear students, our today's lecture topic is RARP. This is Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. In the previous lecture, we have discussed in detail about ARP, which was Address Resolution Protocol, and ARP was used to find the physical address while we have logical address. So, Reverse Address Resolution Protocol is used to find the logical address if we have physical address. And in the previous lecture, we have also discussed that while communication on any network, that network is local area network or wide area network, we need two kind of addresses. First is physical address, which is also called MAC address. MAC stands for Media Access Control. And the second address is logical address, which is IP address or Internet Protocol address. So in today's lecture, we will discuss in detail how we can find a logical address while we have physical address using Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. In this diagram, you can see the physical address and logical address. So, if we have physical address, we can find or we can identify logical address. So again, we will discuss about physical and logical address over here. What is physical address? While using laptop or personal computers, we have LAN card or network interface card in our systems. Manufacturer embed or fix a specific card which is called LAN card, and the address of that LAN card is called physical address or MAC address. MAC stands for Media Access Control. This address is of 48 bits. 24 bits are used for hardware manufacturer identification and 24 bits are used for unique identification for that LAN card. Likewise, logical address is IP address, and this is very important address while we transmit data on any network. These addresses are assigned by a well-known organization, IANA, Internet Assigned Number Authority. These addresses are of two types. One is private address and second is public address. Public address is like those addresses which are used by anyone, and these addresses are free of cost. You can use these addresses in local area network. And next, private addresses. These addresses are purchased from any organization. Like when we use internet, we have to pay to an internet service provider. So these addresses are purchased from that internet service provider company. So if we have physical address, we can find a logical address, and logical address can be found with the help of reverse Address Resolution Protocol. Position of Reverse Address Resolution Protocol in TCP/IP protocol suite. A TCP/IP protocol suite, which contains different protocols or different kinds of protocols, and the protocols are identified or deployed on logical model, which is OSI reference model. So over here you can see the network layer of OSI reference model. You know that this logical model, this OSI logical model contains 7 layers, and over here you can see network layer. And network layer is used for transmission of data on internet, and you can see IP over here, internet protocol. Traffic on internet is normally dependent on IP protocol. It is said that more than 80% of traffic on internet is dependent on IP protocol, but IP is an unreliable protocol, so different other protocols are necessary for reliable data transmission. So over network layer you can see 4 other protocols. We have discussed about ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, and Reverse Address Resolution Protocol is also deployed on network layer. And 2 other protocols, Internet Control Message Protocol and Internet Group Message Protocol, are also deployed over here. So our discussion is about reverse ARP, which is deployed on network layer. RARP, a diskless machine, is usually booted from ROM. Second point, it cannot include the IP address. IP address are assigned by the network administrator. The last point, obtain its logical address by the physical address using the reverse ARP protocol. In point number 1, you can see that if your machine is diskless, then your machine will be booted from ROM. Our machine, our computer, our devices contains ROM as well as disk, which is hard disk. If the operating system is not installed on hard disk, then our system will be booted from ROM. The example of this is our smartphones. The operating system of our smartphones are installed on read-only memory or ROM chip, and IP addresses are assigned with the help of network administrator. This is also called static assignment of IP addresses. If we have physical address, then we can find the logical address or IP address. So our important discussion is about RARP, which is used to find the logical address while we have physical address. Because physical address is available, our LAN card is fixed in our system, so physical address is available. If the IP address is not obtained, the physical address is helpful to find the IP address with the help of reverse ARP protocol. Reverse ARP operation. Dear students, you can see the host and reverse ARP server over here. The host will request and specific machine will reply. So you can see the request from a system whose physical address is A46 EA4578236, and this system wants the IP address of itself. This request will be forwarded to all the systems and the specific system will reply back. And you can see in second diagram where you can see the IP address of that specific system is 141.14.56.21. The important point over here is this: when the request will be forwarded to our ARP server, the reply will be from reverse ARP server. So if multiple hosts are attached to a server, all IP addresses are defined at server. Server knows the IP addresses of all connected hosts, but these hosts doesn't know about their IP addresses. IP addresses or IP address can be provided by our ARP server. So over here, a system will request, any system can be requested to our ARP server to find its IP address or logical address. As we have also discussed in ARP that ARP request is broadcast and ARP reply is unicast. So reverse ARP request packets are broadcast and reverse ARP reply packets are unicast. And this unicast will be from our ARP server. We have also discussed about broadcast, unicast and multicast concept, but I'm going to revise these three concepts over here. What is broadcast? I have given the example of cell phone and I am again giving the example of cell phone. If we have 30 contact in our cell phone and if we forward a message to all these 30 contacts, this concept is called broadcast. If we will send a message to a specific contact, this concept is called unicast. And if we create three different groups of 10 contacts, family, friends and others, and if we will send a message to just our family group, this concept is called broadcast. So over here our ARP request will be broadcast and our ARP reply will be unicast from server side, and hence we can find the IP address of the requested host, which MAC address is identified. Packet format. The format of the R packet is the same as R packet, except that the operation field is 3 for R request message and 4 for R reply message. In the previous lecture we have studied about R packet format and their different fields. So over here we will also discuss different fields of our ARP packet in our next slide in detail. Reverse R packet format. There are some fields of packet format. We will discuss all these fields over here. First of all is H type, which is hardware type, and this is 16-bit field which is used for hardware, and normally Ethernet is given the type 1. Ethernet is also local area network and the type 1 is identified for Ethernet, and it means that as ARP can be used for any physical network, reverse ARP also can be used for any physical network. Next is P type, which is protocol type. Protocol type is defined for 16-bit, and as IP version 4 is for 32-bit, so ARP can be used with any higher layer protocol, as well as reverse ARP can be used with any higher layer protocol. Next is header length. Over here, the length of the hardware physical address is 8-bit, and the value of Ethernet is 6. So this is H length, and we can use a number 6 for physical address. Next is P length, which is protocol length, as 8-bit field defining the length of logical address. The IP version 4 has the value 4 because we are going to use the logical address, and the logical address is IP address, and currently the IP version 4 is being used. That's why the length of this field will be 4. Next is operation. This is important field over here because only a difference between ARP and reverse ARP packet format is operation field. In ARP, we have studied that 1 is defined for ARP request and 2 is defined for ARP reply. Over here, 3 is defined for reverse ARP request and 4 is defined for reverse ARP reply. Next field is SHA, which was sender hardware address. So this is variable length field defining the physical address of the sender. When the sender will use the physical address, this field is used. Next is SPA, which is sender protocol address. This is variable length field defining the logical address of the sender. Next is THA. This is target hardware address, a variable length field defining the physical address of the target, and these fields are used for the physical address of the target of the destination. Next is TPA, target protocol address, a variable length field defining the logical address of the target. So hence we have completed in detail about reverse address resolution protocol, and this protocol is used to find the logical address while we have physical address, and the difference between ARP and reverse ARP header format is only one field, which is operation field, and over here decimal number 3 and 4 used, but in ARP packet format we have studied that the decimal number 1 and 2 are used for request and reply. Over here decimal number 3 is used for reverse ARP request, and decimal number 4 is used for reverse ARP reply. So dear students, thank you very much for your concentration, for your learning, for your passion. I hope best of luck for all of you always.